So I'm just going to focus on a couple of things here this morning. The economic development requests that have come in over the last couple of weeks. Of course, they got delayed a little bit because I was out of the office, so
how dare you?
They're anxiously awaiting.
They have their deposit slip ready to go. They hit the check.
They're waiting. The first one we did discuss briefly last week with the IVCDO strategic planning. The USDA was providing the bulk of the monetary support. Our piece, $1,500, is just a small portion of the total cost of that project. Most of the support coming from both the IVCDO itself and some of the local Oregon Caves, SBDC. But the USDA and the Ford Foundation are the major contributors to that. But they are requesting $1,500 from us to help support that strategic plan. So,
and this has come through the process that we have. This is recommended by.
This is different.
This is different.
And actually,
just for business loan and grant.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. You're right. Yep.
Right. If the Chamber of Commerce and GP and that will come to us.
That will actually be the next topic that I'll bring up. I do have a memo.
We do want to mention that this $1,500 is leveraged out to $29,000 USDA.
Yes.
So it's a very appropriate and like you said, kind of a token amount. But I think given that we invested $37 in the city and Joco, Wilson County as a whole, $1,500 is definitely. It'll be really great to have everybody have a plan. Really, and they're going to be they're willing to work and integrate both and all of it. So it should be
well, that and right to me, that is the key right there. Everybody has something that has been vetted with everybody else, and everybody knows what's going on. And so we're aware of what your plans are because they can coordinate with that. And just this ability to speak with knowledge as to what the plan is. It's not just my plan, that's our plan. We understand that everybody's got their own particular area of concern and interest, but yet it's not unilaterally their own. It's done in the conjunction of the whole picture. So I like that.
And this is how I was trying to clarify, I think, some statements that I made relative to Econ Northwest, maybe in previous weeks, regarding timber and forest management. And I think for clarity, the element of advocacy on practices of forest management is where I don't want Econ Northwest to go. But the utilization, the vertical integration of forestry, specifically talking about like an example of Rough and Ready getting into cross-laminate technology or anybody. CLT is something that I think is cutting-edge technology of building with wood products. That is fine. That should be included. What are those value-added products from wood that could be part of the economy in Josephine County? That's great. But I'm sure the plan shouldn't go into that we are there for stewardship or even age stands. They don't want it on LSR. But wood is I think it's at the Oregon Business Leaders Summit last year in January. It was huge. The talk of utilizing wood in a green fashion, renewable resource, carbon sequestering, and it's resilient to seismic types of activity where steel and concrete, you may survive the building, but then you're going to have to tear it down afterwards. And these wood frame ones, cross-laminate, you can fix them. You don't have to tear them down. So that's just a little clarity.
Thank you. Number 2?
Are we moving that forward?
Yes.
The center admin.
This would be on. This has to be admin, right? I'm assuming.
I would think so.
Yeah.
It's not a specific budget item. We approve the economic development, and I think we'd really want the opportunity to talk about it.
Right.
Commissioner Walker's liaison, even though I was out there, it's up to you on who you want to talk about it. It's not complicated. It's just.
Yeah, to me,
I think since you were out there to see, I couldn't go that day, and I was glad you were able to go. But I think since you've been there and seen talk to the people? I think it might
I'm happy to do
I mean,
it.
I'm not trying to
No,
get rid
no.
of it. I'm just saying you were there and talked to them.
You are, but I'm going to give it right back to you because I'm not here next Wednesday.
Oh. Okay.
Smooth.
However,
I'll talk to Kenny.
I'm willing to do it.
I'll talk to Kenny.
But,
Yeah.
I'll talk
Good.
to Kenny.
Okay.
it's a good thing.
Yeah, it is.
It's a really
Yeah, it
good
is.
thing.
The second one is, for the last several years, we've been providing support to the library for what they call their core service projects. So this is the annual request for continuing that support. So $35,000 to the JCLI.
When they have specific projects that they're looking to try to accomplish,
Correct.
for the last several years, it's been an investment in technology.
Yes.
I think this one's a little different. It's for their children's section, is that right?
Well, they have
A list of things they want to do.
quite a list, yes.
Yeah, there's a lot of things.
And
No shortage.
A bigger list than this money.
And
Well,
but
there's no
they-
shortage. Go over and look at the books. I mean, the collections are just...
Yeah.
Technology, I mean, is one of the 5 areas that they are emphasizing here. Also, they're saying that part of this will be to help host programs, maintain the library space, acquire some additional circulation items. So it's the whole scope. Yeah, it's the whole scope of the library.
You know that their major project is to renovate the children's section in the next year or so, and that is going to be it's a major project, the way they're wanting to do it and doing it right. And I think the efficacy of the output, talking about early childhood development and learning from those early ages is really key to getting kids on a path to success, and reading is such a big component of that. So
Well, they
I
had
think that is a great
they went out on this $40,000 raising funds for that,
Yeah.
and they're innovative on that. They went
Thank you for your
online,
contribution.
and they went on. They came with just right at $41,000
Yeah.
at least. So that, I mean, a fairly short period of time.
Commissioner Walker, and you made a contribution. I contribute every month, so I didn't do anything.
Show off.
Well, that's these, I think the library does these other things,
Oh, yeah.
but the predictable funding also is really key.
Oh,
They need that.
So,
They need
yeah.
Sure.
Between,
No, it was.
between the three of us, we've got very good balance.
But it was just neat to see the
Yeah.
response to that and how quickly it was met. And
Nationwide or worldwide or whatever,
Yeah.
contributions coming
Good
from
deal.
everywhere.
Good. So good.
So this is for 35? That's
Yeah.
roughly
35, and that's the same as it has been for the last
10%
several
of what
years.
I'm happy that the board has endorsed kind of the previous board's 10% goal and keeping that up. That's great.
Yeah, and this.
Are we going to be receiving more? Has it increased over the last year as far as
Lottery
receiving
dollars.
the lottery dollars?
Well, it always has fluctuated. This last deposit was 90-some thousand, where prior ones have been 80-some thousand. So a quarterly deposit for
On average,
93,000.
that would put us at 360, which is
It's right. We do have some carryover though also. So our total budget for this particular year is 600,000.
Yeah.
But the annual receipts we're looking at, possibly.
Right.
390
360.
puts us at 350. Yeah, that's perfect. 35.
Yeah, and the sad thing is, in one sense, my worldview, the sad thing is
Exactly.
that the worse the economy becomes and the worse societal issues become,
The more.
the higher you play the lottery.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're looking.
Is
Yeah.
that personal?
Yeah. My tickets, I gotta come in. But anyway, yeah, I think it's a good idea.
Didn't win.
Now, has this
I would
come?
rather send my $20 directly to the state.
Well, yeah.
I never
Yeah.
win those things. And even people who I've been, who have been winning, and I walk up to them and then they start losing. I'm one of those coolers. You don't want me around if you're feeling lucky.
Yeah. One of the things that is amazing to me is that I would. First, I have to look around, like, who's watching me buy this ticket.
Oh, you mean a lottery thing?
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking of the gambling.
Well, either one.
Yeah.
I mean, either one. And then to say I would, not scratch it right there in front of full view. I'd go in a car or something like that, and then I'd lose the ticket between. I'd lose it somewhere between the car and the 10 ticket windows, and it's not worth the hassle for me. Anyway,
I call it voluntary taxation. You're just giving the money away for the state.
unknowingly.
I would say
No.
the library is consent and the other one
Yes,
is
I agree.
because the library.
We do it all the time.
Little bit consent.
Yeah.
That would be fine.
Right.
Yep.
That'd be great. I just gave you a memo that I felt captured the essence of what we were discussing, the board was discussing in prior meetings regarding the how we want to adjust the economic development award process. So I broke the awards into 3 separate categories: the internal, internal awards to our own departments, which would be part of the annual budget process. So those would be transfers from economic development that were approved during the budget process.
Such as the library.
Such as, well, 20,000 to parks, 20,000.
Oh, I see. Okay, gotcha.
Just our internal folks.
Right.
And then with the proviso that if during the year that the airports, for example, came up with this wonderful idea of how to use economic development dollars, they would bring that separately to the board to be approved separately, more like we did just now. The second one is external awards to state, local governments, nonprofits. That would be like the Chamber or the IBCDO or some of those that are really not, in the sense, business entrepreneurial development, but rather just supporting community efforts or programs. That would be like the JCLI, the library, these external nonprofits. And then the third would be external to business and individuals, where this is the main change here, where we are now not going to award things directly to businesses and individuals. External businesses and individuals will refer them to the Small Business Development Center at RCC for their participation in that program. And simply stating that since we are providing support or have provided support to the SBDC and the revolving loan fund, that's where we're going to channel and allow the third-party business and individuals to utilize that program.
Is there any, I don't remember if we talked about the $25,000 quarterly to the SBDC and IBCDO to be focused, that portion to be focused on more of the traded sector element? Was that the goal, or was it just rolled into their portfolio of how they're going to
They're
operate
tracking it separately.
They are.
Yeah, they're tracking it separately, but they're not handling them separately. You know, when people come in and apply, you know, whether it's IBCDO money or county.
They have other
funds.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But they will be tracking it separately. We're working on the actual intergovernmental agreement right now.
Yeah.
Legal has it, we're working on that. But
I would like it to just try to have a focus, because I know that hasn't necessarily, and that's fine, that's great, because they need to have a broader scope. But I think for our investment of that quarterly, if it could be, first use for, if ever possible, traded sector types of focus, I think that would be good, just to put more of an emphasis on it. Because it isn't all their money. I mean, if they've got $300,000, 25 or 50 or 100,000.
They get some from the state, and they get some from other
So it wouldn't change. It wouldn't really totally change the focus, but it would add more emphasis to that. So we would like to see that. I think that could be a positive.
Yeah, I don't think we expressed that or tied that.
We talked about it a lot, and I know I talked to Kenny about it, and I talked to Ron at the SBDC about that. So they understand where we're coming from, and they know that. And typically, when you have, like for instance, they've done several large businesses here in Josephine County lately, and a lot of those are loan funds from various lenders, whether they're government lenders for government guarantees or whether they're banks. So they're typically pretty large.